Welcome to Power in Words, a place where language becomes light, where every word is chosen not to decorate but to awaken. Here, we don't just read, we feel. We listen to words that hold power, that whisper strength into our tired bones, that remind us that even in the darkest hours, we are never powerless. Power in Words is not a channel about perfection. It's about becoming, about rising through the cracks, about turning pain into purpose, and as Oprah Winfrey so profoundly said, turning your wounds into wisdom. There's something hauntingly beautiful about that phrase. Turn your wounds into wisdom. It's simple, almost gentle, yet it carries the weight of every heartbreak, every betrayal, every sleepless night you've ever endured. The truth is, life will wound you. No one escapes untouched. There are scars that never truly fade from the people who left, the dreams that died too early, the mistakes that branded themselves into memory. But Oprah's words remind us that pain doesn't have to be wasted. It can be transformed. It can be the soil where something extraordinary begins to grow. Think of a broken bone. When it heals, the place where it mended often becomes stronger than before. The same is true for the human spirit. Wounds hurt, yes, but they also teach. They teach us where we're fragile and where we're fierce. They remind us of our capacity to feel, to survive, to begin again. Wisdom is not born from comfort. It is carved from suffering. From the long nights when you had to learn how to comfort yourself, from the tears that became prayers, and the prayers that turned into quiet strength. There was once a woman who lost everything, her home, her job, and the man she thought would stay forever. For months, she couldn't look at herself in the mirror without feeling broken. But one day, she decided to take a different view. She took a notebook and began to write. Every morning, one thing she had learned from her pain. I learned that love cannot be forced. I learned that endings can be beginnings in disguise. I learned that I am still enough, even when no one is clapping for me. Over time, those pages became her therapy. She realized that wisdom doesn't arrive like a lightning bolt. It arrives quietly, in the moments when you choose not to give up. Oprah's own story is a testament to that transformation. Born into poverty, abused, rejected, and doubted, she could have allowed her wounds to define her, but instead she used them as fuel. Every humiliation became a lesson, every failure a teacher. Her life is proof that healing is not the absence of pain, it's the presence of meaning. When you find meaning in your wounds, you stop being a victim of them. You start becoming the author of your own story. Pain has a strange way of breaking us open, of stripping away all illusions. It's like a fire that burns everything false, our pride, our masks, our pretense, until only the truth remains. And in that truth, we often find what we were searching for all along: clarity, compassion, humility. That's the wisdom Oprah speaks of, not the kind you read in books, but the kind that bleeds, the kind that is earned. There is a saying, the wound is where the light enters you. The poet Rumi wrote that centuries ago, but it feels just as true today. Every wound is an entry point for light, for understanding, for empathy, for growth. You see, when life breaks you, it also breaks you open. And only when you are open can new things enter: love, strength, resilience, grace. So many people carry their pain like a chain, dragging it through the years, letting it define their worth. But what if you carried it differently? What if you wore your scars not as shame, but as proof that you've lived, that you've endured, that you are still here? Imagine if we treated our emotional wounds the way we treat broken glass. Carefully, gently, knowing that with time, those sharp edges can be reshaped into something beautiful. There's wisdom in every heartbreak. In the friend who betrayed you, you learned the power of boundaries. In the failure that embarrassed you, you discovered humility and perseverance. In the loss that shattered you, you found how deep your love could go. Wisdom hides in the places we least expect it, behind tears, behind mistakes, behind the parts of ourselves we once wished away. The key is to stop resisting pain and start listening to it. Pain is a teacher, not a punishment. It comes to show us something we could not have learned otherwise. But let's be honest, transformation is not easy. There are days when you will want to go back, to hide from the world, to numb yourself and pretend you're fine. Healing is not a straight road, it's a spiral. You will revisit old wounds, old fears, old memories again and again until you finally see them differently. That's what wisdom does. It changes the way you see. It turns why did this happen to me, into what did this teach me? And once you ask that question, your life begins to shift. You stop running from pain and start walking through it. You begin to understand that every wound has a message. You are capable of more. You are stronger than you think. You are not your past. In a world obsessed with appearances, turning your wounds into wisdom is a quiet rebellion. It means choosing depth over distraction, truth over denial. It means saying, I refuse to let pain make me bitter. I choose to let it make me better. And when you live that way, you become magnetic. People can feel it. The calm in your presence, the steadiness in your voice, the compassion in your eyes. That's what real power looks like. Not the power of control, but the power of understanding. Life will continue to test you. There will always be moments when you feel lost or undone. But remember this, wounds heal differently when you honor them. When you let them teach you rather than define you, they become the most sacred parts of who you are. You start to see beauty not in perfection, but in perseverance, not in the unscarred, but in the ones who dared to keep going. So if you're standing in the middle of pain right now, don't rush to escape it. Sit with it. Listen to what it's trying to tell you. There is a version of you on the other side of this, wiser, gentler, more grounded. You will meet them soon. And when you do, you'll understand why this journey was necessary. Because in the end, that's what it means to turn your wounds into wisdom. It's not about forgetting what hurt you. It's about transforming it, about using it as a bridge to something greater. It's about realizing that every scar tells a story of survival, every tear watered a seed of strength, and every ending taught you how to begin again. Your pain is not your prison. It's your passage. Turn your wounds into wisdom. And if these words touched something inside you, if they reminded you that healing is still possible, then stay with us. Like, share, and subscribe to Power in Words to keep walking this path together. Because every week we light another candle against the dark, and together we grow stronger.